Hey, what's up guys, and welcome back to our YouTube channel. I'm Becky with Thankful Roots, and today is Friday Fixins. It's one of my favorite days that we just basically come and cook together. I give y'all a little peek inside of what we're eating for supper tonight, and tonight on the menu is chicken and biscuit casserole. Now this is one of my husband and I's absolute go-to, old faithful, favorite recipes. I started cooking it, I think it was like 9 years ago. It's been a while. We were just moved into our own apartment. I was about 19 years old. Still trying to, get my own hand at cooking. I didn't want to call my mom all the time, even though I know I did. So we kind of came up with this. And over the years, we've been cooking it for a while. So we've definitely perfected the recipe. It's a little bit like chicken pot pie, only way better. So I'm really excited to share it with you guys, and let's get cooking. First off, I'm going to give you a list of ingredients that we're going to need. We are going to be using diced chicken breast. You can use shredded. I don't like the consistency quite as much. I think you get a little bit more flavor when you cook like diced cubed chicken breast. You're going to need Miracle Whip if you are not a Miracle Whip fan. If you're a mayo, I feel like there's such, like it is divided. You either love this brand of mayo or this brand of mayo, or you don't like either and you're a Miracle Whip fan. Whatever it is that you prefer, you're going to need some of that, whether it be mayo or Miracle Whip. You're going to need about 8 ounces, just use a whole bag, of cheddar cheese, 1 can of cream of chicken soup, a half of an onion, some butter, some milk, and a can of refrigerated biscuits. Are you ready? First, we're going to start by preheating our oven to 350. Go ahead with that. I have not yet chopped up my chicken. I wanted to hurry up and do that earlier. I had all the best of intentions, but we have got so much snow outside, and so it took me a little bit longer to go drop my youngins off with their granny. Shout out to Granny making this video possible because she is watching my boys for me today. They're having a fun time over there. So the day got away from me, so my chicken is not cut up yet. You want to go ahead and just dice up little cubes of your chicken. Like I said, if you really want to use shredded chicken breast, you can. We have before. Sometimes it's a little bit more convenient, to just like boil and shred that chicken. I get it. If that's what you prefer to use, you go right ahead. I just prefer the taste of when we used, sorry, I'm pointing at you with a knife. I just prefer the taste of when I use diced chicken. Okay, my chicken is all chopped up. As you can see, it's just in nice little cubes. I use 1 whole breast, which usually comes out to about 1 pound of chicken. We're going to get this on the burner. Now, I have a gas stove, and if you happen to watch my video of us making banana bread, then you know how I feel about this gas stove, and we fight a little bit. It's a love-hate relationship. So in your skillet, you are going to put in just 1 tablespoon of butter, just to give the chicken a little something to cook with, I decided to do this recipe this week is Valentine's Day. Gentlemen, if you're watching this and you hear me, there's no excuse. You still have 2 more days. This Sunday is Valentine's Day. And so I wanted to make chicken and biscuit casserole because I was trying to think of something kind of Valentine's related, and I don't think I have too many lovey-dovey recipes. However, I hope that you and your honey go together like chicken and biscuits. So that's my cheesy Valentine's Day spiel for you, and why y'all need to make some chicken and biscuit casserole this weekend. If we're friends, then I've probably cooked this meal for you a time or two. I feel like this is always the recipe that people ask me for, and my friends, I'll always cook it for them. So I think it's probably the recipe I'm sort of known for. And we are going to go ahead and let that chicken start cooking. Next, I have to cut an onion, and I'm afraid I'm gonna cry right in front of you guys for the rest of this video, but we do need to cut an onion. So, y'all can't make fun of me when I got mascara running down my face, because I am so sensitive to onions. Dylan, God love him, he will cut onions for me a lot of times because it makes me cry. Too sensitive. Right, so we're going to put this other half up. I usually put it in a Ziploc baggie and use it for another recipe. We're going to cut it into little slices. Like I said, I only use about half of like a medium size onion. Then I put it in my dicer over here and I let it do all the work for me. Those are good and chopped up. I'm going to go ahead and start my other burner. You just need a little small skillet, and we're going to use about 2 tablespoons of butter this time, that we can saute the onions in with it and get them nice and soft. In a scene that I decided to refilm, I wanted to let y'all know that I wrenched my knife off. And then I thought, oh my Lord, I can't say that. And so, if you don't know what wrenched means you didn't have a southern granny, but I did clean my knife off between cutting my chicken and cutting my onion, just to let y'all know. So, there's your hillbilly word of the day, wrench that knife. Then I got to giggling thinking, well, they're going to think, gee, she's a fancy cooker. I never heard nobody wrenching when they cooked before, so ain't fancy, just a little backwoods. So, that butter's melting. We're going to add our onions in just a second. I'm going to go ahead and start putting in our dry ingredients. This isn't really dry, my canned ingredients. We are going to put in 1 can of cream of chicken soup. Listen, friends, I'm not a fancy cooker. There's some things that I like to do, have a little bit of an art to it, of course, but for the most part, this is easy, real cooking. That's as best as I can explain it. It is real, and it is easy family food. I'm going to go ahead and stir up my chicken. Start flipping it over because it's already starting to get cooked on one side. That's one of the reasons that if y'all watch that video, you know why I complain about my gas stove. That would be because it cooks so fast. Get all those onions out of there. That gives it part of the really good flavor. And just let them soak up that butter. We are going to use a ½ cup of Miracle Whip. Like I said, if you don't like Miracle Whip, use mayonnaise. If you don't like mayonnaise, use Miracle Whip. If you don't like either, I just need you to trust me. Because when it's in this mixture, you really don't have that crazy taste. Like, I don't put it on my sandwiches, but in this recipe, so good. And I've even fixed it for people who, after they eat it, it's like, wow, what is in that? I'm like, oh, Miracle Whip. No way, I hate Miracle Whip. So, like I said, if you don't like it, use mayonnaise. And if you don't like mayonnaise, just trust me and try it. Next, I always just pour my milk into the same measuring cup that I used. That way you get more of that Miracle Whip off. You're going to need a cup of milk. So you're going to need 2 of your half cups. Looking good. Don't forget to stir your chicken. Making sure that your chicken is getting all nice and brown. This is going to bake for about a half hour anyway. So don't so much worry about overcooking your chicken. Just make sure that it's got a nice flavor. Otherwise, then, once you do bake it in the oven, on top of what you've already fried it can tend to be a little dry. Okay, how about my casserole dish? All you're going to need is a 9x13 glass pan. You're going to go ahead and mix your soup, Miracle Whip, and milk together. This is seriously such a warm and cozy comfort food to my husband and I. And we joke a lot of times, when we found this recipe, it was like a whole new world for us. And so we joke sometimes that we want to find another recipe that makes us feel the way that Chicken and Biscuits did. Because when we first started eating it, we just couldn't get enough of it. It was so good. And I hope you guys enjoy it just as much as we do. Whoops. Some of my onions got a little browner on one side. I'm going to go ahead and just add them right into the bowl. Turn off my burner because we are done with that. Alrighty. I'm going to go ahead and add my chicken in too, because like I told you, there's nothing worse than overcooking the chicken, especially since we're going to bake it as well. Turn off that burner. I'm going to mix all this in together, and I'm also going to add cheese. Now, I buy this big value bag when you guys, so I just always eyeball my cheese. When y'all are making it, you are going to want to use about 8 to 16 ounces. It just depends on how much cheese you like. But once this is complete, we're going to actually be making a layer of cheese, a layer of biscuits, a layer of cheese. So I think you'll probably want to go more towards 16 ounces. And then because my husband and I are just cheese junkies, we actually put a little handful into the mixture as well, just to make it all the more ooey gooey, creamy, and delicious. Seems so quiet in here now that everything isn't popping and sizzling and cracking. Okay, when we are done stirring this, we are going to use just a sprinkling, just a teeny tiny little bit. This is my salt box. I'd always just add a pinch of salt, add a pinch of pepper. If y'all got, dietary restrictions, you don't prefer to salt and pepper your foods, don't worry about it, but we do here, so I just want to go ahead and put in a pinch of salt and pepper. Stir it good again, and it is ready to go into the oven. My goodness, I'm making a mess. I had to be wearing a black shirt so that you guys would see what a slob I am. I'm not a clean person all the time. I'm usually pretty messy. Ask my husband. Just to make sure that it's evenly spread, I want to make sure that each bite gets some chicken in it. Now this is an important step. Are you all with me? Are you listening? You want to go ahead and put it in the oven now for 15 to 20 minutes, just like I said, depending on your oven, because it is so important to get this layer good and bubbly hot, so that way when we put our biscuits on, it cooks evenly all the way through. So go ahead and stick it in the oven for about 15 to 20 minutes. Got my pot holders out. Don't look at how raggedy they are. Time to take it out. like I said, this is a very delicate, important part of the process. So if when you reach in here and go to take this out and it's not like bubbling, super duper hot, put it back in for a few more minutes. Oh yeah, if you guys can see that. Ooh, hear it bubbling. So mine is good and hot. And that is so important because, like I said, we're going to do a layer of cheese. Be generous. It's Valentine's Day. Go ahead and just load it up with cheese. And the reason that it needs to be so hot is because we are going to cook biscuits right on top. I use the jumbo flaky buttermilk biscuits, and if you are a die-hard make your own biscuit, oh, hate that part. Hate when biscuits explode. What was I saying? If you are a die-hard make it yourself biscuit eater, I feel like once you graduate to that level and you only ever make your own biscuits, you can't go back to refrigerator biscuits. But we keep a pack around for this recipe. So what you're going to do is you're going to take a biscuit, a refrigerator biscuit, and you're actually going to split it in half. Got 2 out of 1. And then you're just going to place it right on top. The reason we do that is because 1, it covers more area, and 2, if you don't split them, it's like a lot of biscuit per square cheese. It's just square cheese. But I just prefer it that way, and they do just fine. They rise just fine, and it really just makes the proportion wonderful. So go ahead and split all the biscuits. They don't have to be perfect. This one was a problem child for me. Doesn't matter. It'll all come out. Okay, now this took up 6 biscuits, but as you can see, hopefully you can see, I'm still learning how to record all this, you guys, so you can't be too hard on me. As you can see, there's some spaces in between it. So what we do is I still split the biscuit, and then I rip it into 4s. So rip it in half, rip it again, and just kind of stick it. You guys, I just realized that my phone cut out. So I went ahead, ripped all the biscuits, stuck them on all the naked spots, and then I covered it with cheese again. Hopefully y'all can see that. I wish I would have cleaned my stove, but I did not want to leave you hanging. So we are going to let that cook for about 15 to 20 minutes. I feel like 18 minutes is really the sweet spot, but it's just going to depend on your oven. So check on it at 15. Don't let it go past 20. I'll see you guys in just a minute. Alright y'all, it's been in for about 18 minutes. Timer's about to go off. I'm going to go ahead and take it on out. Oh my goodness. Yes, it is like perfectly golden. I put a little cheese on top, make it more pretty and melted. And my biscuits are all done. No dough. Can't wait. That is our chicken and biscuit recipe. I hope you guys enjoy it. Like I said, I'm going to put it in a blog post. So that way everything will be written out. You'll know the exact measurements, exactly how long and it will be written form, so that way you'll know exactly how to make chicken and biscuit casserole. I wanted to cut into it just to show you guys how wonderful it is. I pretty much just cut it into like the shape that the biscuit already makes. And then I always pour all my stuff on top of the biscuit. My husband is actually the opposite, and he will serve his with like his biscuits with his cheesy side up. But I think this way is the best because one, it cools off, and two, then you can like see what you're getting in each bite. I really appreciate you guys coming and cooking with me. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up. Subscribe to our channel. Come find us on Facebook. Give us a like. I actually am so excited. I just finally got to add a subscriber list to our website. So if you never want to miss another post, go ahead and subscribe. As well as like our Facebook, follow us on Instagram, find us on Pinterest, all at the handle of Thankful Roots. Until next time, I'll see you guys later. Thanks for cooking with me. Bye.